Alan, you are my density. You're not going to say anything?
Yeah, I wish I was the one dying.
Happy Thanksgiving hangover. It's Black Friday. Let's go. Let's bring him out here. He's had too much. Well, he didn't have turkey. He'll tell you.
I'm really busy at the moment with Dr. Doom, but I'll say it. Alan.
Hey,
Yeah,
how's it going, man?
good. I want to thank Vaughn's for saving Thanksgiving. For dropping their prime rib by 50% and giving me prime rib for $8 a pound.
Well, we'll get into it. We'll get into our Thanksgiving, but we have a good show for today. I'm excited to be here. We've got some people in the chat, and let's talk to them. Let's talk to them. But a couple things. Hey, if you're a filmmaker, submit to award this. Our early bird deadline is December 30th. Early bird deadline to get in on award this. Go to you know what? I'm going to suggest people go to our award this link tree, which has a link to everything. Go to Linktree and award this, or go to awardthis.com. It's a little friendly reminder. Also, guess what? We are having a Black Friday sale.
Ho ho.
Yes. Go to shop.filmthreat.com. And coming next week, I'm very excited. We are going to have an Avatar Fire and Ash inspired shirt where we're literally doing the Film Threat logo in papyrus. I've been thinking about this for years. It's finally happening. A bright blue papyrus Film Threat logo that you and I will wear when we go see Avatar Fire and Ash. On Monday, we're doing an early reaction, social reaction Monday to Avatar. We're seeing it, but our review will not appear until the Tuesday before it opens. So that's what's happening. So folks, go to shop.filmthreat.com and look for that Avatar shirt next week. And what's funny is Atomic Lori just found out she's doing that. She's laughing in the background right now.
Yes, it should be like a pile of burritos and call it Fire and Ass.
That's like one of your joke grenades that you just throw out. Hey, Alan, I know that you love turkey, but how was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Well, we were supposed to go to my uncle's house. My wife's not feeling well, so we had to pivot. And while my daughter and I were helping out at the Orange County Rescue Mission, we pivoted, went to Vaughn's, and lo and behold, there was prime rib for 50% off. And let's get this in perspective. I spent $50 on a prime rib. That's 2 days worth of meals. I could go to McDonald's and spend more on 2 meals for the family.
Yeah, I recently, it's like, I don't eat fast food very often, but every few months I get a craving. I bought McDonald's. I might have been a little drunk on the way home from an event. It was $32.
Yeah.
It's not cheap anymore. It's cheaper to go to Yard House during happy hour.
Yeah, we barely go to fast food. Chick-fil-A for 3 is close to $50.
Yeah, no, it's bad. But I had an amazing Thanksgiving. Saw my family in Orange County. It was great. I don't know, just my family knows how to cook. And I can't wait. I can't wait for leftovers today. I did get a Costco pie. I went to Costco the day before Thanksgiving. It was a madhouse, and I loved it because I didn't care. I ate samples. I looked at stuff that I wasn't going to buy. I got one of the Costco pies, walked out with a few things. I had a great time. I love the chaos, and I will be going out later today for Black Friday. I'm going to do a little shopping. So it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, and this morning I felt like I had a food baby. I feel 5 pounds lighter after my time in the bathroom this morning. Definitely feel lighter. But check this out. I'm also a kind of a nerd. I watch football. I mean, I feel sad for the Lions. They're in the hunt. They're not even wild card. They're in the hunt. What is this? So I watched that heartbreaking game with the Packers. They had a chance and couldn't pull it out, but whatever. So I had football on all day. It just feels like the holidays. And I actually love the Macy's Day Parade. I don't know if you saw, Alan, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yes, I saw Huntrix. Yes.
Huntrix. They sang. EJ was there, which was awesome. But I saw some clips on X. I want to share this with you. This is from comicbook.com. Stop what you're doing and watch the Marvel Universe float from the 1987 Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, set to music from Back to the Future, and RoboCop is there. We're going to watch this. It's 2 minutes, but what is going on?
In America, Wolverine needs your help.
I mean, look, any glimpse of a superhero on TV was like freaking out back then. What is Back to the Future?
Magneto could do better.
There's Dr. Doom, Captain America, Luke Power, Luke Cage. What is going on? What now? What is RoboCop doing?
Take over, Power Man.
There's Luke
I'll
Cage.
be back.
Yeah, are we gonna get copyright because we're doing John Wayne music?
Is that Iceman or Silver Surfer?
It's probably Iceman because he was with Spider-Man.
Wait, is that in the red? That's Daredevil.
That's Iron Man behind it. No, that's Daredevil.
Oh my God, the Hulk again. Now, to be fair, I've seen better costumes at like conventions.
Okay, this is 1987.
The Hulk like tearing down a building. I will say, people must have freaked out seeing this. This is Cap fighting the Hulk.
Oh, Hulk! No, Hulk!
Wait, what is Green Goblin helping for? What was all that? What was all that? Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah. What do you think about
copyright struck for that?
Look, we're getting copyright. But look, I'm a nerd. I live in Pasadena. 3 blocks from where the Rose Parade passes. I get up super early, pack a backpack, a to-go coffee, and I walk up and I watch the Rose Parade live. And I will take videos and show them as I do every year. So that's a lot of fun, Alan. So I don't know. Do you watch the parades? I keep it. Look, do I sit and watch the parade? No, it's on in the background. It feels like the holidays. I am a nerd. Mock me. It's fine.
No, I've stopped watching a long time ago. Back when you could record it and then you just fast forward these boring stuff.
Well, I just keep it on in the background as I'm getting ready to travel to see my family. Hey, we've got but happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Eat your leftovers. I hope they last a long time.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I had prime rib for breakfast.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm having pie for breakfast. And you can't stop me. Pumpkin pie. I'm having breakfast pie. Let's go to your comments and questions here. And there's some we've got some good questions.
Yeah. Like appropriately enough, John Smith. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? My dish kept me doozy through the evening. I really craved the baked mashed potatoes from my sister.
Well, I fell asleep on the couch, as is tradition. And I got Andrew
Cram gifted 5 Film Threat memberships.
Sorry, I sneezed. And thank you. If you're a member, did you notice the giveaway on Wednesday during the show? We gave away digital copies of Roofman if you're a member. They might not be claimed. Did anyone even notice? I hope they did. And Andrew Cram also came in with 10. Thank you.
Thanks for the authentic content and post. Happy Thanksgiving / Black Friday to Chris Allen Mods in the chat.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And we've got some interesting thread here I want to respond to.
All right, from
you would read these, Alan, and I will respond.
Okay, the Copacetic Lounge. Besides all the hobos and the shit on the ground and all the needles and all the Hollywood weirdos. I feel like there's a
conversation.
John Smith then responds, yeah.
Let me, and then John Smith responds.
Okay, is it really hard to do the math? Chris, just say noon Eastern. Lol.
I think that's when I don't know. I just set to my local time. I don't even pay attention.
And then how the hell did anyone live in California? I don't know. Do you like paying $10 a gallon for gas? You have to be a fucking millionaire to live there.
No, you have to be smart about money. Hollywood is a shithole. Everyone knows that. I live in Pasadena, which it's like the Orange County of LA County, if you understand that meaning. I live in a rent-controlled apartment, 2-bedroom, 1 bedroom I sleep in. You're in my 2nd bedroom now, which is my bookshelves with stuff, and I turned it into a YouTube studio. I learned a long time ago in the 90s when I got into some horrible credit card debt trying to relaunch Film Threat as a print magazine in the late 90s, proved to be a huge mistake. I learned, hey, you know what? Live below your means. So I know how much money I bring in on average on a monthly basis, and I live less than that. I don't spend a lot on luxuries. I don't get myself in credit card debt at all. And even when I get gas, I pay under $5. Here's what I do. I'm just very frugal, not cheap. I'm frugal. So I use the ExxonMobil app where I get points. I get the AARP discount, and I use a thing called what's it called? Another app that gives me
Upside.
Upside. Yeah, thanks. I'll share my Upside code if you want. And I check into Upside, use the ExxonMobil app, and then I get extra points. I save at least 25 cents to sometimes 50 cents a gallon on gas. I've got like $100 from Upside right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you how I did it. What you do is you jump in a time machine, you go back 25 years, and you buy a house.
Yes. Alan is very lucky with that. I'm not that lucky. Smart. I would say smart, not lucky.
I mean, I have friends, they bought their home in 1985, San Francisco, not too far from the airport. Yeah. They paid, believe it was $38,000 for their home.
Yeah, well, all I can say is
that's worth $2 million.
Well, a legit question is asked, and I just learned to live below my means. I never get myself in debt. And I also, by the way, you know what I do? I don't use crap like Uber Eats or DoorDash. If I eat out, I go to happy hour. That's what I do. Best happy hour in California, Yard House. Would you agree, Alan? It's so cheap. Alan agrees with everything now. He's frozen. But here, John Smith has to add, yeah, I don't have the luxury to live in California, especially in LA area. Someone like Chris has years of exposure through multiple media to afford to live and attend film screenings. No, I've just learned to be smart about money. And we'll get into our topics. Alan, you're frozen. I don't know what's up. I'm gonna remove Alan. Alan, check your internet. Lord Thothy says, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch at shop.filmthreat.com. Thank thanks. Alan will be back momentarily. He's coming back. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Everything good?
Yeah, my computer just decided to reboot itself.
Yay! There
But
you go.
hey, I got a new computer. Look how fast I got back on after rebooting.
Hey, we've got news and movies to review. Let's get to some news, but let's start with some trailer reactions. The full trailer for the Pendragon cycle, Rise of the Merlin. It's on Daily Wire Plus. It's coming to it. It's a limited series. It is the most expensive thing Daily Wire has ever done. We saw a trailer earlier. I've not watched this. We saw a trailer earlier that frankly looked kind of generic. This could be better. We'll see. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, but I might change my mind. Let's look at this extended look at the Pendragon cycle, Rise of the Merlin.
All of this is an illusion, an echo of a voice that has died. And soon that echo will cease.
They say that Merlin is mad. They say he was a king in David, the son of a princess of lost Atlantis. They say the future and the past are known to him, that the fire and the wind tell him their secrets, that the magic of the hill folk and druids come forth at his easy command. They say he slew hundreds, do you hear? That the world burned and trembled at his wrath.
The Merlin died long before you and I were born.
Merlin Emrys has returned to the land of the living.
Vortigern is gone. Rome is gone. The Saxon is here.
Saxon Hengist has assembled the greatest war host ever seen in the Islands of the Mighty. And before the summer is through, he means to take the throne. And he will have it. If we are too busy squabbling amongst ourselves to take up arms against him, here is your hope. A king will arise to hold all Britain in his hand. A high king who will be the wonder of the world.
You to a future of peace.
There'll be no peace in these lands till we are all dust.
Men of the Island of the Mighty, you stand together. You stand as Britons. You stand as one.
Great darkness is falling upon this land. These brothers are our only hope to stand against it.
Not our only hope.
Say Merlin slew 70 men with his own hands. I could say he slew 500.
No man is capable of such a thing.
The mortal man.
Okay, it's a 7-part series.
Mhm.
You have to subscribe to Daily Wire Plus. What do you think, Alan?
I mean, I guess it looks good. The production values are there. I think that's why the CEO got fired, because of the production values. Spent a lot of money on it. Yeah. I can't say I haven't heard this story before.
I'll just say this. I am a sort of I'm just a normie when it comes to fantasy stuff. It's got to be really good for me to care. Lord of the Rings, the Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson trilogy might be the best trilogy of films of all time. And I don't care about fantasy.
Yeah.
But when it's great, like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, your mileage may vary. I'm in. So I mean, I love Conan. I wasn't a fan of fantasy, and I saw Conan in original release when it first came out, was blown away. I mean, that score, Schwarzenegger, like, he doesn't speak a lot in that, which is probably why his acting is so good in as that character. So I don't know. This looks kind of generic. One thing, it doesn't look like a lot of current day fantasy where it's like super diverse, you know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
no
see one
Asians.
Asian. Did you?
Was there one Asian? I didn't see the
No.
Asian.
Yeah. I don't know.
Look, the bottom line is, am I going to subscribe to Daily Wire Plus to see this? And at the moment, no.
Yeah, I would just say it's got to be really epic to hook me. Otherwise, I'm not
Yeah,
there.
I mean, look, the way this plays out is it comes out, word of mouth goes around, this is the greatest thing ever, and then I'll subscribe to Daily Wire for 2 months and watch it. But those are pretty much the conditions I have on seeing this.
We'll see. There are people that are much better commentators than I when it comes to fantasy, and I'll look to them and see what they say. But as a normie, if I like it, it's probably something really good. But I'm based on recent offerings in the fantasy realm, I'm skittish. Hey, How to Make a Killing. Glenn Powell did not make a killing as the Running Man, and I question his star power, but he's in a new trailer that looks could be decent. Let's watch it together, Alan, shall we?
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay. Gun to your head. What would you even do with $1 billion?
Why do you have a gun on my head? Since the day I was born, my mother told me we were different. Yes, she had been disowned by her family, but someday I would become the sole heir. The real estate, planes, an island or two.
Beckett, no way. So are you living in the city now?
Yeah, I do. A little outside of it.
Whatever happened to the Redfellow family fortune?
All inherited. Someday.
Well, call me when you've killed them all.
There were 7 of them. 7 rich pricks. Between myself and $28 billion. If I were to prune a few branches of the family tree.
Wait, who are you?
I'm Beckett.
2 calls, 2 emails.
Been occupied.
With what?
Occupations.
Been working your way up the financial ladder. Filthy business, though.
Hope this isn't a bad time. We had an agreement.
You don't get out of here until you come clean.
Have you heard about the Redfellows?
What about them?
I wonder who's next. If I were you, I might be nervous. Until then, I'm sure you'll make a killing.
Okay, I like Margaret Qualley a lot. That looks awesome. That looks better than Running Man. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about Glenn Powell, what he needs right now is one more big hit if he's ever to become the draw. And unfortunately, Running Man wasn't that. This is a nice small film. It'll stem the tide for a while and for that next big one. But I like the idea. I like the fact that it's the people from Emily the Criminal. Did I get that one right? Yeah. That was a really good movie. That was kind of a sleeper film where I watched it because I had to, and it was really good. So I feel like this is a good next step for Glenn Powell at the moment until we see it. But he's got to get that one big hit for him to just kind of go into the Tom Cruise level of stardom here.
Yeah, he hasn't had it yet. He's got something, but maybe he needs to do what Tom Cruise has done. Tom Cruise has a production company. He develops movies for himself. He is intimate. Tom Cruise could run a movie studio. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he intimately understands film, understands movies and cinema and audiences. He cares. We saw his acceptance speech for that Oscar that he received recently.
Yeah. And I think Glenn Powell is that kind of guy. He's a likable guy. For all I've seen, he likes audiences. He likes the people who watches his movies. I don't know if you remember, but he did make a movie. It was a Korean War movie starring Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, it was okay.
Is okay, but I think this guy is on that track. I think he is going to start making his own movies. His last big hit was Anyone But You.
Yeah,
that was more of a Sydney Sweeney vehicle than a Glenn Powell movie.
That movie did really well.
It did really
well.
It
was a little romantic comedy. I mean, with simple story we've seen before.
Yeah,
and
that movie made Christie basically.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah,
and it was profitable. But yeah, no, this looks much better. More focused story. It's original. It looks funny. And Margaret Qualley from The Substance. I like her quite a bit. She's great. Hey, one more news story before we get to some reviews. The Lost Film of COVID theatrical series. This is now, these are movies that were released during COVID that will get re-released in a series. So here's what's funny. I saw all these films: Red Rocket, First Cow, Pig, and more 2020 and 2021 titles coming to indie theaters for the Lost Films of COVID series. I saw all those films because I went to the drive-in every week to see movies. The Pacific Vineland, which is closed. The Mission Tiki, which is closed. There are other drive-in theaters that are still open, but I went to the drive-in every week and or rented or purchased films during that time. Red Rocket is hilarious. That's from Sean Baker. And really hilarious movie that, all these movies, I mean, they could not have done well, unfortunately, during that time. But Alan, give me the notes for this. I'm curious.
All right. Well, independent distributors and theaters are teaming up to give several acclaimed 2020 and 2021 films the theatrical runs they were denied during the pandemic lockdowns. The new showcase, Lost Films of COVID, is organized by ticketing platform FilmBot and rolls out into select indie cinemas in December. Sean Baker says, "We made Red Rocket specifically for the big screen. 7 films from 5 indie distributors are returning to theaters. From A24, Red Rocket and First Cow. From Neon, Pig, starring Nicolas Cage and The Painter and the Thief. G Kids comes out with Wolf Walkers, IFC Relic. And then finally, Film Movement brings us The Wild Goose Lake. Many of these movies were critically acclaimed, but lost momentum when theaters closed in early 2020. The idea emerged at the July Art House Convergence gathering, where FilmBot CEO Max Friend spoke with Red Rocket director Sean Baker and producer Samantha Kwan, who were keynote speakers. From there, distributors quickly joined the initiative. Participating theaters in December include Nighthawk Cinemas in Brooklyn, Gateway Film Center in Columbus, Harris Theaters in Pittsburgh, and the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana, California. From the Frida Cinema, the communal experience is something that can never be replaced. I know where I'm going to be next week or in 2 weeks. I think you're muted.
I love the Frida, which is great, and these are all very good films that did not get their due. It's very sad. Although I loved during Thanksgiving, Gavin Newsom posted about Thanksgiving, and everyone reposted or replied to him with his instructions for how to do Thanksgiving in 2020 and 2021.
You mean go to the French Laundry with your friends and have a high price?
It was I mean, it was dystopian. It's like no more than 3 family members, do it outdoors, don't meet for more than 2 hours. It was like these horrible rules, like encouraging you to rat out your neighbor. That was a horrible time period. So, and these movies, I mean, we covered films through that era, right?
Yep.
And
we were just starting the live cast.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Was it maybe 3-4 years ago? We're like, let's just be live every week.
Yeah.
See what happens. But I never stopped watching films. And the drive-in, God, I was just there alone in my car. And I brought my own beverages.
And I saw all these at home.
Yeah, true. But I recommend all these films. They didn't get their due. Red Rocket in particular, you will laugh your ass off.
Yeah. And Pig is a very interesting Nick Cage movie. It's
Nick Cage.
Because he plays it's an action movie where he never throws a punch.
Yeah, it's weird. That film is super weird.
It's a Nick Cage movie. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but I love it. So check those out. Let's look at comments, and then we're going to get to our reviews. You ready? Here we go.
Bill S. Preston Esquire. Looks much better than the first trailer. Costumes are great. 10 times better than the Rings of Power. Lighting and cameras are still mixed.
It looks like a TV show, not a movie.
Ololi Kui. Too much Zack Snyder motion.
Yep.
Yeah, Zack Snyder. Come on. Rahul Ray for 40 rupees. Check out Durandar, releasing next week. Review it.
Atomic Lori, can you find the trailer? We might look at it.
I will say that if it's less than 3 hours, there's a good shot I might see it. Yamada and the Seven Witches for 40. Chris, will DC fans ever get a great live action?
At some point.
You mean when Paramount buys Warner Brothers?
We'll see what happens. I think the Batman 2 has some real potential.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And Aaron Charan. This looks nothing like ancient Britain. There's not enough black people.
Yeah, according to Disney and Netflix.
Yeah, because they all got along back then. And Matt G. Hammond, biggest mistake was limiting it to Daily Wire Plus. They should release the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, look, Daily Wire Plus is something you sub to because you support the politics of the pundits there.
The conservative movement.
Yeah, that's why you don't subscribe to see. I mean, I don't understand the intersection between these are my politics. And I mean, they want to make anti-woke, just produce movies and release them.
Yeah.
The theaters are dying for content. And yeah, Daily Wire Plus, they could make a trilogy of movies to release to theaters rather than Daily Wire. It's not a thing. It's sort of like, we're McDonald's. Now you can buy craft supplies here. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So
they did release Am I Racist in theaters,
which we enjoyed. It was one of the best comedies last year. So I think they need to go, you know what? Just make good content and release it in the current ecosystem.
Yeah.
And let
That's how you draw people to your platform. You've got to give them a chance to see what work you're doing.
Yeah.
All right. The Groovy Jivester. The Pendragon Cycle is a series of historical fantasy books written by Stephen R. Lawhead, which was inspired by Arthurian legend. Lawhead sounds familiar to me.
Well, thank you for the comment. And the Copacetic Lounge, Chris, other than the weather, what exactly is the positives of living in California today? Do you know that you guys have 3/4 of the homeless people living there now? Well, not in Pasadena.
Not in
It's-
Orange County.
Oh, here, I'll just say this. The problems of California are regional, meaning the city of LA. There are good parts of the city of LA. Beverly Hills, certain areas are nice. And then there are terrible areas. The weather is a big plus. I have family here. I have roots. My children who are adults live in California. I see my daughter every week. If I were to move away, I would miss family. Family, that's a big part of it. The other thing is I love film and film history. I'm a member of the Academy Museum. I go to screenings on the regular. I feel very privileged to Alan and I both go to screenings of movies where we see Q&As with, we just posted one, or I'm about to post one on the channel with Bradley Cooper and Laura Dern. I went and saw their film, Is This Thing On?, which I thought was very good. We'll review that when it comes out. I love the movie business. I love my family and friends. I have roots here going back to 1989 when I moved here, and I have learned how to live here and not make bad choices. I see friends. I've had friends in the past that they'll get cast in a TV show and they'll be making insane money for 3 months. And then they'll make really bad financial choices. Like, I bought a brand new car. I signed a lease on this huge luxury apartment. You made a lot of money for 3 months. And then for the next 9 months, you are not going to work.
You're in debt. And
so what I've learned is really basic concepts of finance. And also, I like to cook my own meals. I still eat out a couple times a week, if maybe more sometimes. But even then, I go to happy hour. I just learn how to live below my means so I never worry about money. And I do love that I can go to Koreatown and get some authentic Korean barbecue. I can go on certain streets in LA and I can go to El Coyote and get authentic Mexican food.
Yeah,
I love I'm sorry, the food and culture is awesome here. I love the Rose Bowl swap meet, and Pasadena as a town is, I'll just say, very based. You see horrible videos, I understand, online, and you think that represents all of California. It's what do you always say, Alan? It's 2 cities. It's San Francisco and LA. And most of the rest of the state has a different politics. They clean up their act.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So to the point, the reason I live here is because I was born here. My family is here, and we, when you buy everything, your homes and everything back in the 80s, 90s, that's the situation we're in. But to the Copacetic Lounge's point, if I were today thinking of moving to California, I wouldn't move to California unless I was filthy rich, or unless I had a job that was paying me a lot of money, or if I had a lot of resources. I would think about coming to California. But look, our state is going in the wrong direction. I would never start a business in California. I would, especially if I was a small business owner, someone who just look, opening a restaurant in California. I'm only the filthiest rich of restaurateurs will ever open a restaurant now in California. If you're a mom and pop, forget it. If you're a mom and pop anything, California is not the place to be, just because of the oppressive taxes and the oppressive regulations that are going on in the state right now. So unless leadership in California changes drastically, I would never suggest anyone move to California.
And by the way, there are people that say, "Oh, you should leave." A lot of people have left. My friends have left.
Yeah.
Our friend Dante James, Verbal Riot, recently left California. It pains me. Having said that, you can't just leave. You have to fight and change the state.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are waking up and looking at leadership like Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass and saying, we love it here. We're Californians. We love this state. It's worth fighting for. So you can flee or you can change it from within. It's just like Luke Skywalker said, I can turn him to the good side. And that's what I haven't left for a number of reasons, and I may still leave. So thank you for your comment. Appreciate it.
I'll just say one thing my mom told me, because my wife and I had talked about moving out of California, and I'll never forget what my mom said. She said, if you leave California, you can never come back.
That's true.
It's true.
The friends I know who have left haven't come back, but I'm never
You can't
bored
afford to come
here.
back.
Look, it's like like Asgard, it's not a place, it's a people. And California, I mean, like, also I'm friends. I know people, like, when I don't frequent a lot of corporate restaurants. When I go to places, I know the bartenders. I know the owner of the restaurant I'm giving money to, or the bar, or the business. So yeah, I just and I may still leave. So I'm leaving that option open, but I do believe positive change can happen. Before we get to our reviews, let's take a look at Durandar. I don't know anything about this movie, but it opens next week. I probably will not have a chance to see it before the 5th of December, but let's look at the trailer. All right, that looks like it looks like a Bollywood John Wick.
Okay. What is the running time of that movie?
It's 3.
You make a guess. I looked it up. What is the running time?
3 hours.
3 hours and 32 minutes.
Is it really? You looked it up. Oh my God.
It's 212 minutes.
Maybe I can't say we'll review it or not, but the trailer looks good. And we know we're going to get hit because every time we show something from India, it always hits
It
the
blows
channel.
up. It's great.
But
maybe we do need to watch it then. Maybe it's
well,
worth
no,
2.5 hours.
Look, I will see it because I have seen almost all the. I've seen, I think, all the movies opening Christmas Day. I've seen all the holiday movies except for Avatar. So I will. At some point, I'll get to a theater and see this, but it's usually limited. But I'm lucky, and also another advantage of living in California: all the movies show here, all the movies screen here. And so I will find a theater where this is playing and check it out. All right, Alan, we have reviews to do. So let's get to it. You saw the movie Secret Agent. I did not, but I'm very curious about this film. And you and I, during this time of year, we divide and conquer to try to see all the movies opening. Tell me about The Secret Agent.
Okay, so this is Brazil's entry into the Academy Awards, Secret Agent. It's the story of Marcelo, who is so we're in 1980s Brazil. Marcelo is a technology researcher who came across some problems going on with the with the company he's working for, to the point that he is now on the run. He's being chased down. And this is he's been chased down. He's been on the run for a while. He's decided he needs to do something about it. And so he goes back to town to see his son for hopefully to take him away, bring him to safety. But there's a hit out on him. And that's pretty much what this movie is. It's him trying to figure out a way to get to his son, bring him to safety, and maybe at the same time even clearing his name. And there's a lot of people after him. The location he's at, his father-in-law runs a movie theater, so there are themes around that. And then while he's out on the run, he runs into an underground movement of people who are also in his situation, and they kind of take refuge there together. And I should also mention there's a two-headed cat in the movie as well. It's very much a very weird movie, but I do like this movie. And I'll tell you why. Because it's a foreign film, it's just not hung up on American storytelling values in terms of being woke and being DI. They're just going to tell a story. They don't, they're not hyper concerned about being politically correct or being or in fear of always being canceled. Should mention that the director is kind of a leftist, but this is just a good action film. It's basically one of these spy on the run films, but the guy who's being chased is just a normal dude, and that's what this movie is. So I would recommend it just because, again, you need to vary your diets, and international films are great ways to just get out of this Hollywood BS and just see a story for the sake of the story being told.
Well, I like that. It's so weird because it does come up, movies that are have, I don't know, just shoehorn in ideology and whatnot. I find most foreign films just don't bother at all, and so that's what makes them appealing. I'm sure I'll check this out at some point.
Well, you're gonna have to, because I'm pretty sure
you think this
will
be
front runner for best. It's the front runner for the best international film right now.
Okay, no, I will 100%. If it's going to get an Oscar nom, it's.
I think it will. Look, there are a few things that are sure in life. This getting an Oscar nom is 100% going to happen.
All right, you said it.
I said it.
Let's go to comments.
James E. Siam for 2. California has the largest pool of Republican voters.
Well, what they should do is split California into Northern California and Southern California. So that would help with the Electoral College as well.
Right. But the liberals have to leech off of the great resources that the conservatives have. And so they're not going to happen.
I mean, look, politics here is awful, and it can change. And I believe I'm an optimist. I'm a glass half full guy. I feel like people on the other side of the political spectrum are glass half empty people and very negative Nancy's, so to speak. So I think things can change.
I'd also say Californians are nice to people. For the most part, we don't hate you just to hate you, unless you're in LA or San Francisco.
Yeah.
Fat Roller has the dubbing. It's not dubbed, it's subbed.
I prefer subbed rather than dubbed. Alan, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery is here. Well, it's in theaters in very limited release, coming shortly to Netflix. The first Knives Out movie I quite enjoyed as like an Agatha Christie kind of murder mystery. It was about class. The second film, Glass Onion, I did not like as much. It was revealed that Benoit Blanc, played by Daniel Craig, is now gay. And it doesn't tie into the story at all. It's revealed in a scene. He happens to be gay. Who cares? Did not really like the second movie as much. And it was really about tech billionaires being a-holes to each other. Wake Up Dead Man is very different. This sort of takes on religion in a way. And Benoit Blanc, I'll say, obviously no spoilers with this. It's a murder mystery, but Benoit Blanc doesn't even enter the film until almost 30 minutes in. I've seen this movie now.
If even that.
Yeah.
Halfway through the film.
Yeah, well, you and I maybe had different reactions to this. Alan, tell me about Wake Up Dead Man. And we're going to be very, like, we're going to dance around anything that could be considered spoilers for obvious reasons. But I like a good Agatha Christie, a good murder mystery. Alan, tell me about it.
Yeah. So the story is a small town in New York, or New York suburbs. there's a church there. It's run by Monsignor Jefferson Wicks, played by Josh Brolin. And the Catholic Church, the overseers, they have problems with him. There's things that he's doing at the church. It's almost cult-like behavior. And they want to kind of clamp down on that. So they send in this young priest, played by Josh O'Connor, and I can't find his name here. Priest Judd. And he's going to go into here to kind of, bring a new perspective on things, to kind of keep an eye on the Monsignor as well. And people are just not having him. There's a core group surrounding the Monsignor, including Lee Ross, played by Andrew Scott, a science fiction writer, Vera Draven, played by Kerry Washington, who's a lawyer. Callie Spaney plays Vivienne, who is disabled and believes that she can be healed by him, and then Jeremy Renner's also in it. And then the groundskeeper is Thomas Hayden Church, and then you have Glenn Close, who's the secretary. And so there's this. Oh, go ahead.
It's a great cast.
It's a great cast.
The cast is great. The only person that is miscast, Mila Kunis,
as the cop.
She plays a cop, a sheriff. It's like she's so not. You know what? She's been good in other things. Miscast. Everyone else. Josh Brolin is so good. There's a scene in the very beginning where he gives his confession to Father Judd. Played by who's the actor? Played
Josh
by
Brolin.
Josh O'Connor.
Yeah, Josh O'Connor.
Josh Brolin. He's giving and he tells a story about how he masturbates in the shower and then at the end he goes to shake his hand after telling him of like jerking off so much. It's very funny. Thomas Hayden Church is great. Glenn Close is like comic relief at times because she comes in at inopportune moments. Mila Kunis is the only one you're like, what? I do not buy her as an officer.
She's the tiniest cop in New York.
She's the cop. Yeah, it's like reminds me of these viral videos where they show female cops trying to take down suspects, and they're awful at it. But
to get to the big plot, let me just say, to get to the big plot, the Monsignor during service walks into a room on the platform and dies. And then Josh O'Connor's character goes in, looks at it, goes in to check in on him, and now this is a Knives Out movie. The Monsignor's been murdered, and the only person who could have done it is Priest Judd, but he didn't do it, obviously, and that's when Benoit Blanc comes in and has to unravel this entire mystery. This is what they call the impossible crime in terms of. The way it's presented is there's only one thing that could have happened, and that was Judd murdered Monsignor Wicks right there and then, and that's kind of the mystery here.
Yeah, it's but what's great is everyone gets to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone gets to shine in the cast. Jeremy Renner is very good. It's a really great ensemble cast, and Andrew Scott as Lee Ross.
Yeah,
he's so good.
They all are
good as an author. They're all really good. And I love the concept of an Agatha Christie might be considered kind of old, but this idea of the Benoit Blanc character, he's really not the main character of the story.
Mm-hmm.
He's a driver of the plot. But Daniel Craig is just great in that role. They no mention of him being gay in this at all. They just mention that glass onion, and then it's dropped in this.
But there's subtext behind it. There's subtext.
Right. But the one thing I remember we saw this together at Newport Beach, and we had a conversation. Without getting into obviously any specifics about the story or the events, because it is a mystery that you really got to keep up and pay attention. You cannot be on your phone watching this on Netflix. It's very detailed in the way that things transpire. That's all I'll say. But the way the plot is woven together is so good The characters really good.
Mhm.
I think the big flaw with this movie, too long. It's too long. I'm sorry. We say it. It's give it a tight 2 hours would have been great. 2.5 hours, not so much. But this movie takes you on a journey about faith. That's really, and I really do think you can look at it one of two ways, because Benoit Blanc even says, I'm not a believer, but Father Judd, like, it kind of renews his faith. And I like that. You can look at this movie one of two ways. Neither is right or wrong. It's just how you see it.
Or neither is an indictment on the other.
Correct. So, Alan, I think you have more to say on this than I.
Yeah. I mean, look, people are going to hate me for this, but this is one of my favorite movies of the year. It is. And I took my daughter, and she's not always into this. She didn't like Glass Onion at all. And she said the exact same thing. There are two movies for her that are her favorites, and this is definitely one of them. Mm-hmm. And I will say that the main reason it is one of my favorite movies is the religious aspect of it, which means you don't have to like it as much as I did, but for me personally, as myself, I found a very deep connection with the religious struggle and the religious conflict that occurred in this movie. Look, just real brief in terms of my Christian walk. I was forced to go to church as a kid. My life got changed around in high school. And one of the things that changed my life was this idea that I need to start asking tough questions about Christianity if I'm going to continue on with this. And that's what I did for 3 years, just asking the tough questions, really understanding what my faith meant to me or means to me. And I will tell you that in this movie, the priest Judd character, pretty much same story as me. And the discussions that Judd has with Benoit Blanc about religion and faith. Look, Benoit Blanc, he's not a Christian, mainly because he's gay and because of the church's attitude toward that. Is one reason why he really resists. He's doing this case because he has to as a detective. But in terms of falling in line with the church and becoming, changing, that doesn't happen. But there are moments where these two go into very deep discussions, and I'm sitting there going, wow, I've had those discussions myself. I've wrestled. This is to me, it's like, I want to say Jacob wrestling with the angel. That's kind of the story I came out with here. And so look, I really enjoy this movie. Personally, I think this is the best of the three. And, and you don't have to like this movie. I'm just telling you that from a personal standpoint, I really connected with the story of this movie.
Yeah, well, I would recommend it too. I'd say it's my second favorite. I really did not like Glass Onion. The first movie was a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And look, it's also a genre of movie that used to be a staple. A murder mystery thriller.
Ellery Queen, Agatha Christie.
Right. And like
Columbo.
I have to give Rian Johnson credit. He really invented this whole, I like those kind of movies. We did see a Q&A with him where he talked about that
his career. Yeah.
His career and how his family, they went to the movies constantly. All they did was talk about movies. This was something that was kind of in his head for years and came up with this character. It's like a vehicle to tell kind of fun stories. It's also very funny. And he did say that this represents kind of his spiritual journey as well. I mean, he came out of it differently than you, but I respect him for that, because I don't think the one thing that was surprising, I don't think this movie, as a lot of Hollywood movies want to do, denigrates religion. It doesn't. It questions faith. That's a good thing, because it can solidify your faith, but it doesn't put people down for being religious. that Hollywood does that. And I feel like from what I heard in his Q&A, like he's been around religion all his life. He knows religious people.
Yeah, I've heard an interview. He grew up in a Christian family and did not come out the same way I did. But that's just it. I'm not that person who just sits there and says, "Look, I'm just going to follow this leader blindly," and that's kind of what the followers of Monsignor Wick are. They're just blind followers, and they listened to everything. They understood his passion, and they bought into it. But at some point, your faith has to become something personal to you, and you can't. It's not going to become personal unless you let it be, unless it's challenged.
Yeah, well, I recommend it. My second favorite of these movies. If you like a good murder mystery, check it out. I'll say maybe based on the running time, 2 hours, 24 minutes, maybe 220 without credits. You maybe you can watch it in 2 parts. Take a pause, take a break. But I will say I saw it twice. It was even better the second time. So I recommend it.
I'm starting to feel like that. The biggest mistake Rian Johnson ever made in his life was making Last Jedi. that maybe his career would be much better in it. People would like him much better if he had never made Last Jedi.
Yeah, it's too bad. And looking back, I mean, the Star Wars sequels are a disaster and I think a colossal disappointment. And I'll defend, I think The Last Jedi is the best of those movies. That's not saying much. I thought he threw in some interesting ideas. It didn't go the way we wanted. I thought it was a setup for what would have been a great finale. We know that Rise of Skywalker is the worst of the Star Wars movies ever made by a large margin.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. And I've learned since he was kind of told that these are the beats of the story. He did the best with it he could. And I still think he is Rian Johnson is a very good filmmaker, and I don't blame him necessarily for what happened with Star Wars. I blame J.J. Abrams
and Kathleen Kennedy.
And he came in, he made the middle movie, worked with what he had, and still the Star Wars sequels as a whole might be one of the worst, biggest missed opportunities in like film history, and I don't think he's to blame. And his work in other areas has proven to me he really does know his stuff.
You got me into Poker Face, for crying out loud.
Yeah, Poker Face. Well, the episode he directed with Cynthia Erivo is actually entertaining as hell. So, but yeah, I recommend Wake Up Dead Man.
Me too.
Cool. Let's go to comments.
Yeah, let's brace yourself for comments.
Let's brace for look. I don't look. There was someone who was trying to like shit on us, and I rarely read the comments after the live stream, but I'm like, we're honest. We saw Zootopia 2. For the first half, I was annoyed, and I got sucked in. It's and I saw on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like 93% audience, 95% critics. Zootopia 2. We saw it and enjoyed it. I can only be honest and tell you what I think. You're also free to disagree with me or Alan. I disagree with Alan. We both disagree with each other. This is the great thing about this conversation, this ongoing conversation about movies, which is why I live in California so I can yell at people about movies.
Because we like earthquakes constantly.
And earthquakes are great.
Yeah. The Immortal Remus. I'm still too burned from The Last Jedi to give Rian Johnson a chance again. Yeah, I mean.
But that's fair.
That's fine.
It's fair to feel that way. And this movie is highly entertaining.
A.D. Ellis, having Jeremy Renner in this movie as a character breaks the lore of Glass Onion, where Jeremy Renner's hot sauce was featured. Oh my God.
But Jeremy Renner actually plays a character in this.
Oh, okay.
But the Jeremy Renner hot sauce is him as the celebrity. Here he plays a character.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's the name of his character? He's Dr. Nat Sharp. Oh my God, his story is so.
I
All
know.
of them have like great storylines. I mean, every little minor character has like layers to them.
All right, Garth Knight Returns. I miss the 2-part TV Agatha Christie series movies that Peter Ustinov used to do back in the 80s.
Those are good. Well, this is a continuation in the spirit of those movies. If you like Agatha Christie, you will like the Knives Out movies.
Yeah,
And
look,
it
last
sounds
year
like
I just
there'll be
started watching
more.
Columbo again. Yeah, I started watching Columbo again. I like the original TV series, and I'm like, I love these things. BMO Better. I am actually surprised by Alan's review. I was going to give it a watch, but was not excited about it. Now I'm more curious about how I will review it.
Well, one thing, do not look at you know what? Turn off all the lights. Watch it like you're at a theater, or if you can find it in a theater, go see it in a theater.
Yeah, it's in select theaters right now.
Yep.
To James Cameron's dismay. English Batchers. I come to film to disagree with people freely, as you can get arrested in my country for that now. Yes,
Watch out for what you post on X. I feel sorry for people in the UK right now. What is happening with that government? I feel like the majority of the people do not want what's happening. And as for another reason for me staying in California, I want to change it. I want to wake people up. Want to change it. Eric Swalwell is running for governor. The guy who farted on TV and had an affair with a Chinese spy. How is this guy qualified to be governor?
And he'll probably become governor.
No, he's not.
He might.
But, thank you, English Batchers. And thanks. Yeah, I loved, it's one of the joys of discussing movies is disagreeing. I want to see, sometimes my eyes are open. I'm like, oh, I didn't see it that way. That's why I like to disagree. So thank you for that.
I mean, the assumption is you have to hate this movie because Rian Johnson's behind it.
Hey,
and that's not what we do, and that's not what film critics do. It's what's thrown up on the screen, not
mostly
behind the scenes.
Yeah, and mostly I sort of set any preconceptions about anyone, an actor or a filmmaker, aside when I'm predisposed to like certain filmmakers more than others right before I see a movie because I trust them. But I come in blind, I'll see it and judge it for the work and not, that maybe Mark Ruffalo's in the movie. I'm not gonna like the new Spider-Man movie, Mark Ruffalo. I'm not a fan of how he conducts himself off camera. I feel like he vilifies people for thinking differently than himself rather than engaging and seeing them as human beings. And I don't like that. I'm not, by example, I refuse to go down that road. Do we want to talk about Zootopia 2 spoilers? I don't think anyone cares. Let's not do that.
About spoilers? I mean,
who gives a crap? You know what? It's a decent movie. If you like Zootopia or you want something, you can turn off your brain, see an entertaining, funny animal movie with layers. The layers are there if you want, and they're not if you ignore them.
Look,
I'm saying
the Walt Disney Company has made children's movies for decades. This is another one of them.
Wait, say that again. It's for YouTube.
I forgot what I said now. No, I'm just saying that for decades, Walt Disney Company has been making children's movies. This one falls right in line with that. It's good. Congratulations, Disney. You didn't screw the pooch on this one.
It doesn't suck. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching our YouTube short. All right, that's it. I don't want to. Hey, Jay Kelly stars George Clooney effectively as himself. George Clooney plays Jay Kelly. On that, the sound of the names Jay Kelly, George Clooney sound alike for a reason. It's a name that has a single syllable first name, 2-syllable last name, George Clooney, right?
Right, and it ends with an ly, which, if you know, you know.
Ends, yes, but I'll just say this: he's an actor that has has a complicated life off camera. He's very codependent on his management. His manager is played by Adam Sandler, who's very loyal and dutiful with all of his problems. He has an opportunity to be honored at a film festival in Italy, and after a bad run-in, a viral clip ends up on social media that makes him look really bad, where he gets in a fight with an actor that he used to be with years ago before they were famous. They were struggling actors.
They were roommates.
They were roommates. He gets in a conflict with his old friend played by Billy Crudup, and the clip goes viral, and he just leaves America to kind of get away to go to this film festival in Italy where he's going to be honored. He tracks down his wayward daughter, and
by the way, he's supposed to also shoot a movie that Monday.
But he walks away from the movie to go be honored at this fest, and in a way kind of exercise his demons and look at his past and kind of evaluate. Now, everywhere he goes, he's super famous. On the train, people love him, but something is missing. Something is missing in his life. This is a character study, comedy drama that I thoroughly enjoyed, with a great ensemble cast. Adam Sandler is fantastic. Laura Dern, great. Emily Mortimer also co-wrote the script with Noah Baumbach. Just a really surprising, I like movies about the movie business. They're inherently dramatic, and this is George Clooney putting up a mirror to his life, and ultimately he's kind of an asshole. He's still very likable because he is George Clooney. This might be the role that's made for him, because in every movie George Clooney plays George Clooney, but in this he really is. I don't know how close this is to George Clooney's life per se, but I was surprised. This reminds me of kind of, it seems like actually an Italian film in a way. But this journey he goes on at the film festival, it's kind of a road movie, but also a character examination, and George Clooney playing himself as kind of a likable a-hole. I recommend it. Alan, what do you think of Jake? And this may in fact get George Clooney an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. Sandler maybe for Best Supporting. Alan, what did you think? Why are you laughing?
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
Why am I laughing? Because every time you say, Alan, what did you think? And then you'll rant for another 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I do that, and the chat points it out. Yes, Alan, what do you think?
Okay. As a movie, I enjoyed this very much. In terms of the greatness of this movie, this is a movie about rich people problems.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
And I look, Noah Baumbach, great script, great performance from George Clooney and Adam Sandler. But again, it's like, all right, boy, it's really tough to be famous. Oh man. I think I like the ending of it. I like where things wrap up. The conflict that comes in that third act. In all honesty, the greatest moments in this movie is between Adam Sandler and Patrick Wilson. Patrick Wilson plays Sandler's other client, the one who's being neglected for Jay Kelly. And
that's the moment of the movie.
That is the moment
of the movie with Patrick Wilson.
Just the unveiling of the Patrick Wilson character, and then the whole backstory of him and Adam Sandler is, to me, the reason to watch this movie. Because it is such a great contrast to ultimately where the movie winds up. And I also like the fact that the ending is not clean. It doesn't end the way you think it is, even though it kind of ends the way you think it is.
Yeah.
And so I like this movie. I hesitate to say that it's a great movie and will do well in award season, which I know is the reason why this movie is being made.
Well, I think this is really perfect vehicle for Clooney. I really love Noah Baumbach as a filmmaker.
Very insightful. I mean, that's what you can say about this movie.
Yeah.
It really digs deep and pulls out the human condition. But again, rich people problems.
It is rich people problems, but George Clooney is just too likable. And I think he's great in this role. The fact that he's willing to play himself looking bad. I mean, he really he you see this layers coming off where he realizes what a huge a-hole he's been.
Yeah, well, the
from
choices he
beginning,
made
kinda-
and the
yes,
justification of those choices.
right. He's trying to justify the horrible choices he made, including to his old roommate, and they came up together and one became successful and the other's just a regular dude, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, it
And
was interesting because it was just to get into it, his roommate had an audition and Jay Kelly went with him, and then they liked the look of Jay Kelly, auditioned him, and he got the role and became a superstar as a result. And so
Yeah.
that's the dynamic that's being played in that beginning moment of the movie, which very, I mean, insightful. Noah Baumbach is a good writer.
From The Squid and the Whale, where
Mhm.
I think that's the first thing I remember seeing Jesse Eisenberg in. I mean, that's
Squid and the Whale.
yeah, I still have that movie on DVD, but that's a look up The Squid and the Whale. But
Okay.
I strong recommendation from me. It's on Netflix today. Check it out, especially just because I mean, George Clooney might be one of the last movie stars with Brad Pitt. You know, we're talking about the death of the movie star. George Clooney is a movie star, and there are so few left. So it's great to have him, rather than doing Ocean's 25, he
Which
chose
I think they're
this.
doing.
Are they doing another
I
Oceans?
think so. I think I've heard that.
Oh my God. But I quite enjoyed it and definitely recommend it.
Yeah, very good. Good solid movie.
Let's go to your comments, see what you have to say.
ADL's 24. If Sandler gets nominated for this instead of Uncut Gems, what the fuck? He could get a nomination for this movie.
He could, but he
Legitimately.
should have gotten that for Uncut.
Yeah, but that's best actor. This is a best supporting, which I think he's more likely to get. That Felix, I hope it doesn't have the Netflix look.
I know what you're talking about. It's flat TV lighting. Yeah, it's not.
It's for television. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Tim is not funny. Clooney and Sandler. That's a combo I didn't know I needed. Wish this got a wider theatrical release. Yeah, Netflix.
I was fortunate to see it in a theater and quite enjoyed it.
Well, we saw it at Netflix.
Yeah.
Bill S. Preston Esquire. George Clooney playing an a-hole who becomes self-aware. Now that is acting.
Well, I'd say he might be considered an a-hole in real life for different reasons, but that's another conversation. That's going to wrap it up for us today. We have a lot of movies to review over the coming weeks. Monday versus we'll be talking. The box office is nuts this weekend. Zootopia 2 and Wicked battling it out, but the numbers are insane.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that on Monday. We have our Star Trek funeral coming up, and it is going to be glorious. We'll have more on that on Monday, where you can participate. You can post your Star Trek eulogy, and we will show it during the funeral, which is Wednesday, December 17th. We're doing the funeral. On Tuesday, December 16th, we're doing a special show. We will review live Avatar Fire and Ash, because that's when the review embargo drops is on. Did you know that, Alan?
No.
Tuesday, December 16th at 9 a.m. We're doing a special show that day. Then the next day, we're doing our Star Trek funeral, and you will be able to participate. Happy Black Friday to everyone. Go to shop.filmthreat.com. Check out our Black Friday sale. 10% off everything store-wide. Use code FTHOHO10. So thank you for that. If you're Black Friday or Cyber Monday shopping. In fact, on Monday, we will have our Avatar-inspired Papyrus Film Threat shirts with bright blue, Atomic Glory. She has been begging to do this. So there you go. And thanks for Ahmad Lorthoth, Atomic Glory, Glenn Nuccio. Thanks to Alan. And no thanks to me for interrupting Alan every time I say, let's see what Alan thinks. And then I have another point.
Yeah.
I know I do this, folks.
I'm supposed to thank you for
I'm
that.
like, well, I'm trying to wrap up, but then I have like one last point to make. And then I gotta
and then
get
you
it
got
out.
another 5 minutes.
I want to get it all out, be done, and then hand off to Alan, or Alan, let him speak, and then hand off to me. It's like, what? It's fine. It's fine. So there you go. But I'm going to eat. You know what? I can't wait. Leftovers. I got stuffing, mashed potatoes, homemade gravy. Everything was homemade. Turkey. I got a Costco pumpkin pie. I've got my aunt makes this chocolate cake for me every year for my birthday, and she missed me on my birthday. He made this the best chocolate cake I've ever had in my life. It has 2 secret ingredients. One, the frosting has coffee in it. She puts a little bit of coffee, so it's got a mocha flavor. The cake, you will never ever guess what's in the cake. It's moist. The cake is unbelievable. Mayonnaise. He uses mayonnaise in the cake. There's a recipe online. You use mayonnaise in the cake. It's to die for. There's a giant piece in my fridge now, and I can't stop thinking about it. I should have had it for breakfast.
Yeah. You had me at moist.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for us. We'll see you Monday with Versus. Everybody have a good news.
Okay.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Have a great Black Friday, and I'll be watching football all weekend. Go Michigan. They're going to beat Ohio State. Probably not on Saturday. I'm trying to end the show.
I'm waiting for you.
You have to say it.
Let's get out of here.